Howdy team, in this video I want to talk to you about the importance of building a personal brand, and I'm going to share with you ideas, tactics, strategies that I'm utilizing to make sure that I absolutely smash my brand in 2021 and beyond, and continue to grow an audience, continue to grow a following, continue to grow people that you can connect with, that are ready to buy from you, that make you stand out differently to everybody else. Because in the world of social media, in the world of attention and information, one thing is absolutely vital. What's going to drive your business forward is your personal brand. People buy from people. So if you're not putting yourself out there online, if you're not building deeper, longer lasting connections, then your business is going to be left behind. So over the course of the last month, maybe 2 months, I've been doing a lot of reflection on what I want Gary Das to be, should we say. That sounds so stupid to say that, doesn't it? But I've been thinking about where my brand, what I stand for, what I stand against, how I want to be known is going to be different from the fact that I have a mortgage brokerage with a team of 12, 13 in it, that I've got a coaching and mentoring business with over 150 online mentees and 3 or 4 people in it. And when it comes to personal brand, the power of personal brand is the fact that you can decide who you want to work with and what you want to attract into your business. Because for many years, if I reflect back on my journey, in 2016, my personal brand was very aligned to my mortgage brokerage. You know, my Facebook page was called Gary Das Mortgage Broker. And everything I talked about, my 60 to 100 videos that are online are, can I get a mortgage with 2 years accounts? How much deposit do I need? Can I get a mortgage with bad credit? 7 tips for limited company directors. Can I get a mortgage with 1 year's accounts? Can I get a mortgage with no accounts? How much can I borrow? And everything I was talking about was the personal brand aligned with the business brand in order to be able to attract mortgage leads. And doing that and aligning in that way and being seen as Gary Das the mortgage broker means that we've got an abundance of leads coming into the mortgage brokerage. Now that was 16, that was 17, that was 18. I've written an Amazon best-selling book all about self-employed mortgages. We've just released the audio book earlier this year, and that has still continued to build my association with mortgages and helping self-employed business owners and entrepreneurs to buy and invest in property, which is the ethos and the vision and the mission that we have identified within the mortgage brokerage. Now, as a result of the book coming out in 2018, mortgage advisors started asking me for help. Started asking for support. How do I generate leads? How do I do video? How do I content market? How do I do what I'm doing now, for example? And that led to me starting a Facebook group and a community in mortgages. That then evolved into me launching a podcast, which was the Mortgage Pro podcast. That then led to me launching my coaching, all in 2019. That also led to me, helping and solving problems around vision, marketing, process, systems, people, all of that jazz to help mortgage brokers and advisors to become better. And in 2020, as a result of doing that, the methods and the principles and the ethoses that I teach also then apply to IFAs, financial coaches, will writers, insurance advisors, bookkeepers I've got speaking to at the moment. And actually the principles of building a financial services business are the same. So we rebranded Mortgage Pro to Financial Pro. And you may not know this. Someone said to me the other day, they didn't realize, Pro is actually an analogy. It's actually perseverance leads to results, which creates opportunity. And that is what the Pro brand is all built around. And we rebranded to Financial Pro. We rebranded the podcast to the Financial Pro podcast because the principles and the ethoses apply across. I've interviewed people from the IFA background. I've interviewed people from the mortgage background. And the brand has become about building a successful financial services business. It's become an education and a training company, independent, to help you build, scale, and relieve the pain, stress, frustration, and worry that I had and I caused myself in building my financial services business, my insurance brokerage from 2009 till 2015. Now, why is that relevant? Because I have a business brand in one side of Active. I have a coaching and mentoring brand on the other side as Financial Pro. Now, where does that leave me in terms of what I want to be talking about? Well, of course, I want to be talking about both. But how do I talk about both without confusing you, without blurring the lines? And actually, what it comes down to is when you're thinking and when you get to this stage of building more businesses, I've now got underneath the Financial Pro, I've now got Estate Planning Pro, which actually is going to be targeted around helping mortgage advisors and financial services professionals to become estate planners and will writers, but also linking into life insurance sales and life insurance protection. So, there's a bigger brand that I'm building, and I'm somebody who likes to be proactive. See the link between the two brands there, active and pro. I'm all about being proactive. It's all about getting shit done. And that's kind of a theme that I want to carry through. Now, the theme that I want for me is all about helping you to create more leads, more sales, more profit, and more time to build a fun and profitable lifestyle business. Now, that ethos applies to both my self-employed business owners under active who want to use their profits to buy in property, my property investors who want to build buy-to-let portfolios. That also applies to mortgage advisors and financial services professionals who want more leads, who want more sales, who want more profit and want more time. So my vision as a business owner is to help you build a fun and profitable lifestyle business. And when I say lifestyle business, it's about doing it but not at the detriment to your family. So I urge you to think about what is your vision, and your vision at the moment might be to drive more leads, might be to drive more sales, might be to be seen as the leading expert in the mortgage space. But as you develop and grow your brand online, then your personal brand has to evolve over and above your two companies. So your personal brand begins to feed those two companies. And the more you drive your personal brand forward, the more results you're going to get in your business brand. Look at Richard Branson, for example. Look at Rob Moore, for example. Look at The Rock and what he stands for, what he stands against, what he talks about, and how aligned that is with Under Armour as a brand and a fitness brand. You can get a feel for what the business is like based on what the entrepreneur, the owner, the personal brand is also like. So what is your vision for the future for you as an individual? What do you want to do that's a higher purpose? I want to help business owners to become better business owners. I want to help the next generation of business owners who are now going self-employed not make the same mistakes that I did for 10 years and build a business that took me back to work 3 days after my first daughter was born. It's often from adversity and from mistakes and from errors that you have a bigger purpose that you want to potentially serve. Equally, I'm not going to go out to, I'm building my businesses. We've added 50% to our sales across the course of this year. Next year, we want to double everything. My ops manager wants to triple everything. Now there's going to be lessons, there's going to be mistakes, there's going to be failures. There's also going to be successes, wins, challenges that we've overcome, which is going to make great content. So it's about knowing who you want to become and how you want to position yourself online so that you can then think about where you want to take your brand in the future. One of my mentees has been very much talking about mortgages, but is also now talking about the fact that he's just bought a buy-to-let and becoming a property investor and the considerations that he had to go through in order to be able to do that. Another one of my mentees runs a hugely successful property network in Scotland and talks about the property events and talks about his role, his focus as an investor. He gets great speakers in and it's all focused around property. Well, with my audiences being business owners and you being self-employed individuals, my ethos is about helping you to become a better business owner, to create a more profitable business, to create a more fun business, because at the end of the day, you should put your family first and your business second. Your business should support the lifestyle that you want. So I'm going to be focusing on where I want to take my brand and where I want to take my ethoses. And in doing that and in sharing value with you, giving you free information, focusing the content on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis around a particular theme. So one week it might be buying property. The next week it might be lead generation. The next week it might be sales. The next week it might be around our podcast launch and the benefits of, the proactive podcast. There's going to be so many different things that we're going to map out on a weekly basis. And I would urge you to do the same thing. Even if you're focusing on one specific thing like I did in 2016, 2017, think about the clients that you want to talk about. Don't just scattergun absolutely everywhere. Structure it out. 1 week do buy-to-let, the next week do remortgage, the next week do HMOs, whatever it might well be. Structure it in a way that's actually going to help you to get more results over time. Think about it on a journey for your customer. So if you're talking about an IFA, it might be managing money. It might then be investing money. It might then be planning for retirement. And you could do that over a 3-month period. So therefore you take your clients and your prospects and your audience, more importantly, on a journey with you. So therefore they can develop, improve, evolve and grow and see the destination that they're moving toward in the content that you're producing. Because it's about, for me, it's about helping you to get a better result. It's about helping you to get a better outcome. So when it comes to your personal brand, the questions I want to leave you thinking about are, what is your vision for your life, for yourself, for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Go big. Where do you want to be in 20 years? Often with a business, you think about your vision in the next 12 months, maybe 3 years. But where do you want to be when you're looking back on your deathbed at 80, 90, 100, 150 years old and saying, this is what I achieved with my life. This is how many people I helped and inspired. That's what your vision should be about. So therefore, think about that on a big, higher level. The next thing is, who do you want to become? That links into your vision. Who do you want to help and serve? Who do you want to become, and how do you want to be seen? And that's actually the third question, is how do you want to be known? Over and above your business, what is it that you want to be known for? And then where do you want to take your brand as number 4 in relation to how you want to be known and who you want to become? That's what I would urge you to think about. It's quite deep thinking. It's not going to be an easy road. It may change over time. And if you're very much in your business right now, like I was back in 16 and 17, this isn't necessarily what you need to be thinking about at this very moment in time. You need to be sharing who you are, what you stand for, what you stand against. Fitness is a big part of my life. Mindset is a big part of my life. Structure, routine, habits, goals. No, I can't share that underneath the mortgage brand or potentially the pro brand, but I can share that underneath the Gary Das brand. So it's thinking about what you need to do and what you need to drive forward. I've got a massive things that I'm focusing on at the present time. I spin a lot of plates, but I'm not working in my business on a day-to-day. My role and my job is strategic, is content marketing, is driving the business forward. I have a team, I have people around me that gives me the freedom and flexibility to do that. But it wasn't always that way. But it will be for you in the next 5 years, potentially, based on the same journey that I have been upon. So think about what is the core things that you need to be attracting right now. If it's mortgage leads, if it's equity release leads, if it's clients to help pension, investments, all of that jazz, then that's the main thing that you need to be talking about on a theme basis to help your clients overcome problems, solve their issues, get a better result and a better outcome. And that's where I now have the ability to be able to do that on the basis that I have 2 or 3 businesses that I'm looking to support, which gives me an opportunity to talk about loads of different things that are going to help you to move forward. Some of which are going to resonate really well, some of which aren't. If you're a mortgage broker, you're not going to follow me to find out about how to buy and invest in property. But it is something that I help my active clients to talk about. And therefore, it is one of the things that I will talk about. So I hope that gives you some clarity. I would love to know what you think in relation to your personal brand. What are perhaps the 2 to 4 things, the 2 to 4 themes that you really want to focus your content around? If you can talk about those consistently for a long period of time, then you're going to be positioned as an expert in that particular area. It's exactly what I did. 16, 17 and 18. Spoke only about buying and investing in property. Spoke only about self-employed mortgages for 3 years non-stop. So wherever you are in your journey right now, whether you're 1 year in, 2 years in, if you haven't been consistent up until this point, you may need to start again from scratch. It takes time, it takes consistency, and it takes perseverance in order to be able to get the results, which then creates you new opportunities with building a bigger, longer lasting personal brand in whichever area you want to focus on. So I hope this has inspired you. I hope this has given you something to think about. I would love to know what you think. So please get in contact, comment below, let me know your thoughts, feelings, desires, personal brand building that you're going to be doing. Have a fantastic day. Remember, now's the time to become pro.